Welcome to Warriors Communications, PHS TV, where we give you a look at why PHS students get out of bed. Every morning, Pocomoke City students are ready to become a part of stimulating academics, award-winning television productions, championship teams, and much more at Pocomoke High School.
So come into our world at Pocomoke High School, as seen through Warriors Communications, PHS TV. Pocomoke High School, a great place to be.
Caring, our way of life. This is the Key Club's motto. Recently, the Key Club did a food drive at Pocomoke High School for the Maryland Food Bank. The food drive ended on Friday, November 5th. We talked to Ms. Corbin, advisor, about the Key Club.
The Key Club is an international student-led organization. They're basically a service club, and they like to provide students with an opportunity for service to build their character and to also learn to be leaders in their community.
The Key Club's members are helping and giving to others, and I'm Shelley Mills reporting for Warriors Communications.
During the holidays, fire prevention is something that is important to everyone. Candles stay lit, children are running around snooping, Christmas trees are lit up with a lot of electrical wires, and a lot of baking goes on. To help prevent fires in your home, you should teach your children fire safety tips. Make sure you blow out all candles when you are not around. Don't leave matches or lighters in reach of young children. Check electrical wires to be sure there aren't too many in one plug. Check your smoke detectors regularly and be sure you have a safe route to escape your house in case of a fire. October was Fire Prevention Month, and to help children understand the importance of fire safety, the elementary school had the Pocomoke Volunteer Fire Company put on a presentation for the students. Warriors Communications spoke with Jerry Barberi about what the children learned from the presentation.
Well, each year the Pocomoke Volunteer Fire Company does come to Pocomoke Elementary School, and we spend a few minutes with each of the classes, and we teach them basically 4 words: learn not to burn.
Taking extra precautions around your house will help keep your family safe for the holidays. I'm Shelby Ramsey reporting for Warriors Communications.
Holidays are a great time to watch classic Christmas movies. Can you guess the top 10 picks for holiday classics?
What are you doing here? Spaz boy! Guess it's time for a refresher course.
Hey! Okay, snowball fight? You pick the one area where you don't want to mess with me, and that's snow.
You want to talk to me?
Something about a present.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry, Susie. I tried my best, but...
You couldn't get it because you're not Santa Claus, that's why. You're just a nice old man with whiskers, like my mother said. And I shouldn't have believed you. Duck? Duck? Duck! 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 It really worked! Isn't he?
Uh-huh, you bet.
Is that why he's called Santa Claus?
That's why, honey. That's why.
It turned into quite a proposition. I can hardly keep up with the orders. I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit my journeys to...
Dad? Mom? Dad?
Kevin!
But he waved goodbye, saying, don't you cry.
I'll be back on Christmas Day.
relax me. Hey, this probably looks pretty odd, doesn't it?
These kids lined up all by themselves. Scott, I think it's safe to say you're taking the Santa thing to an unhealthy level. Here's my card. Call me.
And smart, too. Great bouncing iceberg.
Now, I'm sure it'll stop as soon as he grows up, Santa.
Well, let's hope so if he wants to make the sleigh team someday. You see, little fellow, every year I shine up my jingle bells for 8 lucky reindeer.
Scrooge, don't you recognize me? I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Marley, it is you.
Ebenezer, remember when I was alive, I robbed the widows and swindled the poor?
Yes, and all in the same day. Oh, you had class, Jacob.
Mr. Grinch, you're the king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato splotched with moldy purple spots, Mr. Grinch. You're a 3-decker sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce.
So go out today and rent these holiday favorites. And I'm Brooke Gillespie reporting for Warriors Communications.
On October 26th, the Blood Bank of Delmarva came to Pocomoke High School for their annual blood drive. The drive took place from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. During this blood drive, the Bank of Delmarva was able to collect 54 pints of blood from the 80 people that volunteered. The volunteers consisted of the students of PHS and the local citizens of Pocomoke City. 156 people will benefit from this blood drive. PHS thanks all the people that donated blood and also Miss Thomas for all the hard work she put forth to allow this to happen. Remember, your blood can save people's lives, and I'm Josh Dollar reporting for Warriors Communications.
On November 10th, students at Pocomoke High School celebrated the Marine Corps' 229th birthday.
On November 10th, Marines celebrate our birthday. At the different bases throughout the United States, they have what you call the Marine Corps Ball, a celebration that happens every year. Celebrate the traditions that the Marine Corps has and the history of the battles that we participate in.
And I'm Lance Williams reporting for Warriors Communication.
coming up soon, and many students have a gift in mind that they really want. Let's see what's popular on teenagers' list.
What I want for Christmas is some rims for my car, because I want to be rolling on doves. Thank you.
I want some new clothes for Christmas.
I just want clothes and shoes for Christmas.
I want Madden 2005.
For Christmas, we want jewelry.
A new video camera, the game San Andreas.
What I want for Christmas is a pair of Jordans.
I guess everyone has that one special present on their mind this year for Christmas. Hope your Christmas wishes come true. And I'm Brooke Gillespie reporting for Warriors Communication.
How are you going to prepare and enjoy this upcoming winter season? Well, according to the Old Farmer's Almanac, this winter will be colder and snowier than normal. But if you follow these few tips, you will be ready. First, you want to prepare for the snow. You will need a shovel, gloves, and a good winter coat. Second, you will need de-icer or an ice scraper for your windshield and fuel injector cold start for an easy start on cold days. Next, you want to curl up near a warm fire with a hot cup of cocoa and a good book. And lastly, always remember to be safe, but also have fun. And I am Precia Harmon reporting for Warriors Communications.
Throughout the United States, there has been a flu vaccine shortage. Here are some tips to avoid getting the flu. According to www.cdc.gov/flu, it says to 1. Avoid close contact. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. When you are sick, keep your distance from others to protect them from getting sick too.
I'm sick. Okay. Bye.
2. Stay home when you are sick. If possible, stay home from work, school, and errands when you are sick. You will help prevent others from catching your illness. 3. Cover your mouth and nose. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when coughing or sneezing. It may prevent those around you from getting sick. 4. Clean your hands. Washing your hands often will help protect you from germs. 5. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Germs are often spread when a person touches something that is contaminated with germs and then touches his or her eyes, nose, or mouth. And I'm Jennifer Bowden reporting for Warriors Communication.
I need somebody help, not just anybody help. You know I need someone help.
On November 17th, a Tri-County College Fair was held at UMES. PHS students gathered college information to help make a good post-secondary decision.
What's the average SAT score?
The average, we look for a minimum of 500 on the math and 500 on the verbal. However, most people fell between 11, 20, and 12.
Here are just a few of the many colleges represented at the 2004 fair. And I am Precia Harmon reporting for Warriors Communications.
Is your birthday on or around the holiday?
Yes.
Which holiday?
New Year's.
How do you feel about that?
I feel great because it's a new year. You get to celebrate new stuff, and that's why I feel good about it. My birthday comes around, all my family thinks about is eating their turkey and not my birthday, and that's my special day.
Yes, my birthday's in February on Valentine's Day. How do you feel about that? I feel good because you get to get presents and you get to spend time with your friends.
Yes, my birthday is near Mother's Day.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel great about it. Birthdays around Mother's Day, I get to spend extra time with my mom and with my family, so it's a good thing. Yes, it's near Mother's Day.
How do you feel about that?
I like it because I get to spend time with my mother on Mother's Day and my birthday.
Whether your birthday is shared or not, be sure to make it happy. And I'm Anshay Fisher reporting for Warriors Communications.
I like girls that wear Abercrombie and Fitch. I take her if I had one wish. But she's been gone since that summer. Hip-hop marmalade, spick and span.
Have you pulled your winter clothes out of the back of your closet yet? Askmen.com says that sweaters are a good way to stay warm and in style along with simple winter hats. Wearing long johns is a good way to keep warm but can cause perspiration and make you cooler. This winter, faux fur coats, leather jackets, and dress coats are popular items. If you want to keep it comfortable, the stretch yoga suits are the way to go. When someone asks for your Christmas list, be sure these are on the top. I'm Shelby Ramsey reporting for Warriors Communications.
Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. I went up to the North Pole to catch up with my main man, St. Nick.
Santa, I just gotta ask you that question that's on every kid's mind. How do you make it on the good list?
Well, it's hard. Very hard. But one thing is you got to mind your parents. You've got to obey your parents. You've got to get good grades in school. And you've got to listen to everything that's been told to you. And that's how you make it on the good list.
Well, there's the words from Santa himself, so all you little kids obey him. And be sure to say hi to Mrs. Claus for me. And have a Merry Christmas.
I will do.
And I'm Kevin Green reporting for Warriors Communications.
Welcome to Baking with Al and Abe. On today's show, we will show you how to make quick and easy sugar cookies to get you into the holiday spirit. Our first step is to mix and sift 1½ cups of flour. And then we're going to add 1½ teaspoons of baking powder and ½ teaspoon of salt. And we're going to sift them together. We're going to measure carefully 1½ cups of our sifted mixture. Now I'm going to put the dry mixture aside, and we're going to put together our wet mixture. So in our separate bowl, we're going to add ½ cup of shortening, 1 egg, 1 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 tablespoon of milk. Oh, it's so heavy. Then we're going to mix our mixture together until it's thoroughly mixed. And while she's doing that, I'm going to put the ingredients away. Make sure you use the flat end of the spoon to smash it all together. And now we're going to add a little bit of the dry mixture to the wet mixture at a time. Dry mixture to the wet mixture. The wet mixture is going to get harder to stir. With a spatula, I'm going to get all the excess dough off the sides and into the middle. And then we're going to cover it with saran and put it in the refrigerator for overnight. First, you need to put flour on the rolling pin to make sure that it doesn't stick to the dough. From our chilled mixture, we're going to get a chunk of dough and warm it a little bit with our hands. We're going to roll it in flour a little bit.
Christmas Color Day sugar to put on the top.
Add sugar. And then take green, and we're going to also be doing red. And just put as many drops as you need until you get the color you want. Now we're going to do the red. Red's are going to be a harder color than the green because it can make pink. So. And now we have our holiday sugars. Now once you have done the colored sugar and cut out your cookies, you're going to take the sugar and just sprinkle it over the cookie so it gives it a nice even layer. Or you could just put plain if you didn't want a certain color.
Now I'm going to take these cookies to the oven, and it's already preheated for 400 degrees, and I'm going to put them in between 8 to 10 minutes and just watch them until they get brown around the edges. Let them sit out for 1 minute and then take them off and put them on a drying mat.
I'll get it. Oh look, Alex, it's Kevin.
Hey guys, how y'all doing today?
Pretty good.
What y'all got cooking for me?
We have sugar cookies.
Try some, Kevin.
Okay. Delicious.
Happy holidays. And half a teaspoon of salt. It's not salt, is it? Yes. It is salt. Make it harder to stir. Moving on up
to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Have you ever watched the MTV shows Made? Well, this January you should. Lauren Phillips was selected to be on MTV shows Made. Lauren Phillips went from being drama queen to pro dirt BMXer.
I still talk to my producers. I've gotten to go to New York, and it's just been an experience of a lifetime.
Warrens reporting for Warriors Communication.
Stretch, shake, let it go, breathe, stretch, shake, let it go, wait,
Let's check out the results of the PHS playoffs. Congratulations to Thomas Bonneville and Just Quintel Hardy, who both qualified for states and finished among the top 60 runners. Stephanie Hearn made it to states and placed 13th overall. Congratulations, Stephanie. The soccer team won the regional championship to advance to the state playoffs. Winning in the semifinals, PHS moved on to the state championship game. PHS soccer players worked very hard but lost in double overtime to become state semifinalists for 2004. The field hockey team ended regulation play with a Bayside championship. PHS beat Crisfield and Washington to become the regional champion. They blasted through the semifinals to advance to the state game. PHS beat Poolesville High School 3-0 to become the 2004 Class 1A state champions. 2004 was an excellent season of field hockey for the Lady Warriors. And I'm Tara Beecham reporting for Warriors Communications.
December is finally here. I know when I think of December, I think of Christmas. But Christmas is not the only religious holiday in this month.
According to www.howstuffworks.com, Christmas means Christmas, a celebration of the birth of Christ. Christmas is both a holiday and a holy day. In America, it is one of the biggest events of the year, especially for children, and for the members of the Christian religion, it is an important day on their religious calendar. Christmas was not a retail event until the late 1860s. In 1867, department stores in New York City stayed open Christmas Eve until midnight and decorated their storefront windows. Ever since then, Christmas is a commercial venture, starting a little earlier each year. According to www.kidspartyfun.com, many people think Kwanzaa is an ancient African celebration. In reality, Kwanzaa was established in 1966 to provide an opportunity for the African American community to celebrate their heritage and reinforce positive community values. Kwanzaa is celebrated for 7 days, beginning on December 26th and ending on January 1st. On December 31st, a feast is prepared for family and friends. According to www.geocities.com, Hanukkah, which means dedication, is a Jewish festival which begins on December 8th and ends on December 15th. The most important Hanukkah ritual is the candle lighting. Jews light candle in a special candle holder. Each night, one or more candle is added. The middle candle is used to light each of the other candles, and it is lit every night. Therefore, on the first night of Hanukkah, 2 candles are lit, and on the last night, there are 9 lit candles. I hope you have a good December, celebrating whichever holiday. And I'm Sharika Crippen, reporting for Warriors Communications. Taking extra precautions around the house.
Is your birthday on or around the holiday?
My birthday is on Valentine's Day. Hold on, start over.
Whether your birthday is short or not, just be sure that it's happy.
Welcome to Warriors Communications, PHS TV. Join us every Thursday of the month to watch how the students of Pocomoke High School develop, film, and produce this show. During the next 30 minutes, let us walk you through our world, the hallways, classrooms, gymnasiums where our fans gather, and on to our athletic fields, where we continue to show our warrior pride and spirit. And even into the hearts and minds of our students. Make a visit to Pocomoke High and you will see why Pocomoke City was called the friendliest town on the Eastern Shore.
Warriors Communications makes a connection between the real world and our world. Also, stay tuned to PHS happenings and events through Warriors Communications, PHS TV. Thanks for joining us and enjoy the show.
Though the leaves may be turning, students at PHS have not forgotten the summer of 2003. Let's see how some students and staff members spent their days when t-shirts were plentiful and the warm air gave no hint that September was approaching.
This summer, my family and I went to Florida, and the parks we went to were Wet n Wild, SeaWorld, Disney, and Universal. And we went back to Universal again, but we went to City Walk in the NBA Live, and we had fun. And while we were there, we saw Shaq. That's what I did this summer.
This summer, I went to a junior ROTC leadership camp that was based on a Marine Corps boot camp, and it was the most challenging thing I've ever done. I learned a lot of how far I can push myself and how far my limits are, and that to me, that was just like the coolest feeling that I've ever had. When I was there, we went into a gas chamber, and we rappelled off a really tall wall, and it was pretty scary. And then we ran a lot, and like you learn discipline and everything, so that's what I did this summer.
This summer I went to Washington, D.C. to participate in Presidential Classroom. The session I attended was about national security. It focused on the role a democracy plays in the age of terrorism.
Looks like students and staff at PHS had a fun vacation to clear their heads before the 2003-2004 school year. And I'm Matt Powell for Warriors Communications.
Many schools nationwide are struggling to make sense of the testing and performance goals set out in President Bush's 2001 No Child Left Behind Act. We recently talked to Pocomoke High School's principal, Tyrone Mills, and this is what he had to say on this topic.
Ways that we can. Education facilities throughout the nation now are responsible for student achievement. We ask for high accountability as far as teachers are concerned. We ask that our teachers be highly qualified professionals along with educational assistants. So the No Child Left Behind Act is to improve the overall education of all students and for teachers throughout the nation. Our students are now challenged more with No Child Left Behind in the fact that we are quizzing and testing our students in areas like math and science and social studies, and we have proficiency scores. We also look at how advanced our students are in reading and also in an area of geometry. So it affects Pocomoke High School in a number of ways, but in the long run, we are preparing our students to be the best possible students as they can be.
Pocomoke High School students and staff are working hard to see there will be no child left behind in Pocomoke City. And I'm Brooke Gillespie reporting for Warriors Communications.
Can you stay for a little while?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for coming to visit me. Love you.
Love you.
Although many people are put into nursing homes, it's not because they're not loved. It's because they cannot be taken care of at home.
According to a poll by the NewsHour, the Kaiser Family Foundation, and the Harvard School of Public Health, almost 1/2 of all Americans think that people are worse off after going into the nursing home than before they went in. In an article on www.pbs.org called A Nursing Home Alternative, Dr. Bill Thomas is striving to create a different environment for the elderly. Plants and animals are brought into the nursing home. Food is served family style, not on hospital trays. Residents are involved and are responsible for the care of their environment. We asked Ms. Boyd, Pocomoke High School nurse, about this issue.
Disease going on, and who are unable to do much of any of their own self-care, losing their independence, losing family, losing those things that feel secure to them, many times will cause them to go downhill real quick. For others who have independence and can do some of their care, relieving themselves of the opportunity or the stress of making sure the medicine's on time, food is prepared and available, for them, it can make them feel much better.
Bye.
Bye.
The alternative to nursing home care is not available to everyone. But in the meantime, if you have a family member that's in a nursing home, Go visit them to show them that you still care. And I'm Shalonda Pierre reporting for Warriors Communications.
It's the end of a long school day and you're ready to go home. You walk onto your bus only to find it crowded and with no place to sit. Buses have been reorganized this school year. We spoke to Mr. Covington, Vice Principal of Pocomoke High School, about this issue.
The decision was made primarily to create a safe and more comfortable environment for the elementary school kids in particular, while at the same time reducing the travel time that all students that travel on our buses spend in any given day. This decision in and of itself reduces the number of students that ride on any one bus at any time. In fact, most buses now are under capacity rather than over capacity as a result of this decision.
Although buses have been reorganized to better serve elementary school students, the problem of overcrowding remains on some high school buses. This is Jason Wooders reporting for Warriors Communications.
Parents, are you aware that your children could be getting you sued every time they get on the computer? Recently, the music industry has been suing many kids and parents because of illegal downloading, sharing, and burning of music. Fines of up to $2,000 have been issued so far. If you didn't know all the facts and details about this mishap, you should listen to this. A recent PHS survey has shown that 67% of students currently download and share music illegally. The music industry is policing the internet and watching for file swapping. If this is happening from your home, be aware you could be the next one sued.
Yes, I used to download music from Kaza. I had to get rid of it so I wouldn't go to jail.
Yeah, I download music all the time.
Yeah, I used to download music from Morpheus.
No, I don't download music, and if you do, you should stop now.
The times are changing in the entertainment industry, and piracy is a serious offense. So if what you listen to in your spare time is illegal, remember, no downloads are safe. And I'm Robbie Gowan for Warriors Communications.
Pocomoke High School has an outstanding reputation for fall sports. The soccer team is coached by Mr. Alan Burr. The Warriors are off to a very good start. Keep up the good work, fellas.
Motivation, such an aggravation. Accusations, don't know where to take them. Inspirations, getting hard to fake it. Concentration, never ready to break it. Situation, never what you want it to be.
Cross country is practicing very hard to beat their individual and team records from last year. They're a very talented group of people. Good luck. Field hockey team coached by Miss Pusey is having a good year so far. They are young but strong and are working very hard.
You there, I wanna take you there. I wanna take you there. I take you there to the street. Black, 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 black.
The golf team is a group of dedicated athletes that are working hard to improve their golf scores each match. The golf team made a special presentation to Dirk Parson on his 90th birthday. Mr. Parson is a great supporter of the Pocomoke High School golf team and youth golf in Pocomoke City. The volleyball team started off this season with a big win. They have made big improvements this year. Good luck, ladies. This is Mark Crawford reporting for Warriors Communications.
There hadn't been you, where would I be if there hadn't been you?
Did your relationship begin well and then go down the drain? If so, here are some tips and warning signs to help you and your partner. 1 in 3 teen relationships are abusive. Would you recognize the warning signs? Does your partner call you names, embarrass you, or make you feel stupid? Are you afraid or scared of your partner? Do they make excuses for mistreating you? According to www.cdvp.org, if you answered yes to any of these questions, you could be in an abusive relationship.
If you find yourself in this situation, you need to talk to a parent, teacher, or guidance counselor for help with these issues. And I'm Jamie Brittingham reporting for Warriors Communications.
Did you know that it is physically impossible to lick your elbow? This didn't stop these people from trying.
Motivation, such an aggravation. Accusations, don't know where to take them. Inspiration's getting hard to fake it. Concentration, never ready to break it. Situation, never what you want it to be.
I guess we learn something new every day. And I'm Billy Connery for Warriors Communications.
New students aren't the only new people attending PHS this 2003-2004 school year. Warriors Communications is proud to introduce you to 4 new staff members at PHS. Mr. Burton returns to PHS as band director. He also teaches music theory, spring, jazz, and fall band, and we are glad he's back. We are happy to have Kim Baker, athletic trainer, here full-time to evaluate and treat athletic injuries and to help keep our athletes safe and healthy. Miss Ronnie and Miss Lamberson are leading the way for Pocomoke's band front. Miss Ronnie also teaches American music and chorus. Welcome to all new staff at PHS, and I'm Crystal Gaston for Warriors Communications.
Today's the first day of fall. And what's in my closet? Tank tops, shorts. I need Detective Fall.
Lost fall fashion?
No, that isn't it.
What about this one?
Nope. We're getting closer though, I can feel it.
This is useless. Come with me.
Okay, where are we going?
To find more fall fashions.
Okay.
That's how you like it, huh? That's how you like it, huh? That's how you like it, huh?
That's how I like the way you brush your hair. I like the stylish clothes you wear. It's just the real thing to do. That's why I wanna stick with you. With my girls and let them know we love that sexy way they does that. That's how I like you like that. The way I dress, the way I flirt. Say yes, I hope you like my mind. I'm begging you not to go. Call your name 2-3 times in a row. Such a funny thing for me to try to explain. How I'm feeling and my pride is the one to blame.
Is that your lost fall fashion?
Yes, that's it. I thought it would be lost all through winter.
Another case solved by Detective Fall.
I'm Jane Brittingham.
And I'm Jason Waters.
Reporting for Warriors Communications.
This year at PHS, students and staff may have noticed a new addition to the morning announcements. Every morning before class, Mr. Mills, PHS principal, recites the new Pocomoke City Public Schools mission statement.
The Pocomoke City Public Schools, an enthusiastic for learning partnership of parents, educators, and community agencies, empowers all students to meet rigorous academic standards and to develop into responsible, involved, lifelong learners who can excel in their endeavors, contribute positively to their society, and fulfill their personal dreams.
The new mission statement is actually just one element of PHS's campaign for Accreditation for Growth, or AFG.
AFG is Accreditation for Growth. It is a process of school improvement. We examine all aspects of our students' lives, where we look at our facilities, we look at our educational programs, we look at our finances, we look at the cleanliness of our building. We get input from students, from parents, from community members, so that we can improve our school in any possible way. Accreditation for Growth comes from the Middle States Association, and through a accreditation process, we will try to achieve all the goals that are set before us. For the Pocomoke area schools, namely Pocomoke High School, we're looking at improving our academic performance, improving our proficiency as far as technology for our students and our staff, and we also look at the responsibility of students in the area of character. Well, all students and staff members here at Pocomoke High School in the Accreditation for Growth process have taken part in it. All of our students have taken part in a standard survey where they examine the process as far as how we educate them. We also ask students for suggestions on how to better improve the educational programs. We do the same for our staff. All of our staff members have taken part in the standard survey where we get their input as far as curriculum, the rigorous programs that we offer our kids. Are they tough enough? Do we need to delete some things? Do we need to add some things? So as far as Pocomoke High School is concerned, everyone is a player as far as the Accreditation for Growth process.
The staff is working hard to meet all AFG requirements. Students, make sure you do your part to further the cause. And I'm Matt Williams reporting for Warriors Communications. Hurricane Isabel made her presence known on Delmarva on September 18th, leaving behind a path of destruction that stretched from North Carolina all the way up the coastline. While the eastern shore thankfully had considerably less damage than some predicted, there was plenty of work to be done on the days that followed. Many people had to go without electricity, and some woke up with tree limbs attached to their homes. Some people even suffered the losses of their sheds and other less stable buildings. Warriors Communications reporter Jamie Brittingham was on the scene before Isabel got too ferocious. Let's go over to Jamie and see how she weathered the storm.
Out here in Red Hills, Virginia. Behind me is Cactus Cove. I'm out here in Hurricane Isabel of 2003. As you can tell, it is very, very windy, and the water has done a little flooding. Behind me is the Sugartick Bay, and getting a little rough, and the winds are about from 30 to 50 miles an hour winds. So, kind of scary. It's flooding! People are watching! This is the biggest hurricane I've ever been in. And I'm Dave Brittingham reporting for Warriors Communications.
Stores sold out of hurricane necessities such as bottled water as people crowded to the market in last-minute attempts to prepare themselves for possible disaster. Downtown Cypress Park flooded, making it inviting for young thrill-seekers. Isabel was powerful, but the people of Pocomoke and the surrounding areas stuck it out, showing both courage and a great deal of patience. And I'm Matt Williams reporting for Warriors Communications.
Take a little walk to the edge of town. No, spread your wings.
Like scary movies.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh my gosh, who is this? Hello? It's none of your business what my favorite scary movie is, dang. Gosh, always calling me, bothering me. Oh, don't you hate it when those dumb victims in scary movies are always messing up and getting themselves killed? I do. Teenagers are scary movie experts, so Words Communications wants to show you the do's and don'ts of surviving your scary movie, just in case you find yourself in a compromising situation this Halloween. For starters, why is it these dummies always seem to run up the stairs instead of out the door? That's so stupid to me. I'm about to demonstrate to you the right way to do it. Should I run out the door or should I go up the stairs? I'm picking the door. Open up, it's me! Open up! Go! Go!
If you're face to face with the killer and you've got him where you want him, don't just hit him once and run, because he'll get up and he'll get you. Instead, hit him so he knows you mean it. Don't stop until you know he's not getting up again.
Remember those Scooby-Doo reruns where Freddy would say, "Come on, gang, let's split up." Well, if you find yourself in a scary movie situation, don't take Freddy's advice. Trust me, he wouldn't have made it through Scream 1. If you're in a group or gang, don't split up. There's only one killer, so jump in.
So now you know a few of the realistic ways to survive a scary movie. We hope you never have to use them, but in case you do, please don't pull a Drew Barrymore and die in the beginning. Use your head. And I'm Chandra Turner reporting for Warrior Communications.
The world is a really small place. At Pokemon High, we have 3 new foreign exchange students.
Warriors Communications asked Helena Pilzova, Christian Husterbeck, and Miriam Vogel about their experiences in America thus far.
I'm from Czech Republic in the middle of Europe. I prefer to go to the United States than to go to England because of pronunciation. I like it better, so I decided to go to the United States. The best, of course, volleyball. The team, Mrs. Butler, of course.
I come from Germany, from a small town called Einbeck. It's about 30,000 inhabitants. It's small German town. What do I really like? I don't really know because it's different than in German schools. So the sport program is pretty good.
I'm from Germany. I like the atmosphere here. It's very tolerant, very nice people. I like everything here. I like the food, the lessons, the teachers.
See, the world is a really small place. It's a wonderful thing to have kids from different countries come together and learn. And I'm Markel reporting from Warriors Communications.
Behind me is the Chesapeake Bay. I mean, what is it? Behind me is the Chickastic Bay.
Alright, go ahead, Marco.
To a junior ROTC leadership camp in Virginia. Where'd I go again?
Stay together. Jump the killer. There's only one of them. And I'm Shalom. Oh, that's your part.
Oh! I can do mine sitting in here too.
What we doing to get back?
John? I'm about to use this as a prop!
Welcome to Warriors Communications, PHS TV. Join us every Thursday of the month to watch how the students of Pocomoke High School develop, film, and produce this show.
During the next 30 minutes, let us walk you through our world, the hallways, classrooms, gymnasiums where our fans gather, and on to our athletic fields, where we continue to show our warrior pride and spirit. And even into the hearts and minds of our students. Make a visit to Pocomoke High and you will see why Pocomoke City was called the friendliest town on the Eastern Shore. Warriors Communications makes a connection between the real world and our world. Also, stay tuned to PHS happenings and events through Warriors Communications, PHS TV. Thanks for joining us and enjoy the show.
Warriors Communications would like to give you a closer look at our student teachers working here at Pocomoke High School.
I have 9th grade civics with Miss Susnovic.
What are your responsibilities as a student teacher?
They're basically the same as any other teacher. I've got to do all the lessons and have everything set up for the kids.
What, if any, valuable lessons have you learned?
Just because I like it doesn't mean somebody else will. That I may be into this subject and like history, but doesn't mean that everybody else does.
Has your experience made you more or less eager for this profession?
More. It's a challenge every day, so it's a lot of fun, and the kids keep it fun, so I'd say more.
Thank you.
What are you teaching at PHS?
Well, right now I'm teaching 10th grade world history, and hopefully by the end of spring break I'll be teaching 9th grade civics.
What are your responsibilities as a student teacher?
Right now I take over the class. I pretty much take all the teachers' roles. I grade test, I teach the class, and basically I just learn how to be a teacher.
What, if any, valuable lessons have you learned?
I learned a couple. How to be a good teacher. I mean, I'm working with a great staff here, and the students here are really polite and they get along very well. So I'm learning a lot about how a school works, basically.
Has your experience made you more or less eager for this profession?
Made me more eager. I like being here. It showed me that teaching's for me. It's my profession. I want to be there.
We are glad to have some prospective educators learning the art of teaching here at Pocomoke High School. Good luck in your future endeavors, and I'm Zach Beitzel, reporting for Warriors Communications.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the hollow of his hand.
St. Patrick's Day is when Americans celebrate their Irish heritage. Many people do this by wearing green, wishing on a Blarney Stone, and eating corned beef and cabbage. Let's take a look at how St. Patrick's Day is celebrated in the United States and in Ireland. St. Patrick was actually born in Scotland, migrated to Britain with his family, and at 16 was sold into slavery. After escaping slavery, he went to Ireland, became a priest, and worked for 30 years teaching the people about Christianity and converting them to Catholicism. Actually, in Ireland, St. Patrick's Day is treated as a holy day. People do not wear green, have big parties and parades, or drink green beer. These traditions are solely American. This St. Patrick's Day, we hope our viewers will understand a little more about the Irish, their traditions, and Ireland's patron saint. Here's wishing you all luck of the Irish, and I'm Linda Brittingham reporting for Warriors Communications.
On February 14th, love was in the air at PHS. Many students received flowers, candy, balloons, and stuffed animals. The sophomore class had a Valentine's spaghetti dinner and raised $600. The Christian Club sold 600 carnations and raised over $250. Cupid's Arrow made a direct hit at PHS, and fun was had by all, and I am Bruce Ailes reporting for Warriors Communications.
February is Black History Month. Many people recognize Martin Luther King, but what about the other African Americans who made contributions to society? Carter G. Woodson is one of the many important African Americans who have not received much recognition. Ironically enough, Woodson's main goal was to make sure that the history of African Americans, such as Dr. King, were publicized and celebrated. Born in Virginia in 1875, Carter Woodson was the son of a former slave and possessed an unquenchable thirst for learning at an early age. However, he had to go to work instead of school to earn money for his family. After graduating from several prestigious universities, including Harvard, and engaging in a successful teaching career, Woodson used his background to help him achieve his status and respect as a writer. In 1926, Woodson initiated the annual February observance of Negro History Week, which was chosen because the 12th of February was Abraham Lincoln's birthday and the 14th was the accepted birthday of Frederick Douglass. By 1970s, Negro History Week had expanded to become Black History Month. Carter G. Woodson was an extensively dedicated soldier in the cause of African American freedom, redemption, and recognition. With his help, we know more about Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and Woodson himself. Woodson made such an impact that the Eastern Shore School, Woodson Middle School in Chrisville, is named after him as a celebration of his contributions. With Dr. Woodson's help, we have been able to highlight Black History Month during February and continue the celebration year-round. And I'm Courtney Gunter reporting from Woodson Middle School in Somerset County from Warriors Communication.
During the Super Bowl and now the Olympic Games, the United States is responsible for the safety of the whole world's athletes. What does it take to offer this kind of security in the world today?
The 2002 Olympics in Salt Lake City, Utah, is one of the most secure places in the world. Since the events of September 11th, security is a top priority.
$1 of every 6 spent on these games. For 4,000 federal agents, 2,000 state and local police, and 5,000 military.
The security forces have been practicing and preparing for the Winter Games by doing trial runs of bad things that could happen at the games, such as freeing a hostage, practicing crowd control, firing tear gas, operating robots to check suspicious objects, and responding to bioterrorist attacks. All of these things have been perfected to ensure the safety of the world's fans and athletes at the 2002 Winter Games.
The Super Bowl and Olympic Games carried a hefty price tag for security, but it was money well spent. And I'm John Brittingham reporting for Warriors Communications.
NASCAR racing is arguably one of the most dangerous sports around. With high-speed turns and drivers dodging crashes, it is one of America's favorite spectator sports, but can be fatal to NASCAR drivers. 4 NASCAR drivers have died on the track since May 2000, and according to www.howstuffworks.com, drivers died as a result of head-on collisions with the wall. This risk of injury or death promoted 6 drivers to try out a new device called the Head and Neck Support, or HAN system, for this year's 2002 Daytona 500.
Safety has become the #1 issue. So this season begins with unprecedented emphasis to try and keep the competitors safe on the track and on pit road. Let's go back to Dave.
Bill, last October, NASCAR mandated the use of this Hans device, or this Hutchins device, as a head and neck restraint to keep the drivers' heads from moving forward severely in an impact. Now, the seat manufacturers have stepped up as well, and their traditional aluminum seats have gotten a lot stronger. NASCAR Busch driver Randy LaJoie tells us that the seat he manufactures is 60% stronger this year than it was just last year. But if you want to lead in safety, you have to go high-tech, and NASCAR is doing that. For the first time at this race, they are allowing the use of composite seats. Ricky Craven and Kyle Petty will be in a seat like this today inside their race car with a soft interior molded to their body and a hard Kevlar shell, very strong, very lightweight. And drivers will all have one of these down next to their left. This is an incident data recorder. When cars crash, it records real-time data that NASCAR can download into their computer. And already this weekend, in Craftsman Truck Series races and Busch Series races, there have been wrecks and officials told me this morning they've had 100% success downloading the data into their computer. More data, better safety in the future.
Safety is paramount in the NASCAR family today. Without it, a driver never knows if Sunday's race may be the last day he will spend with his family. And I'm Heather Atkins reporting for Warriors Communications.
Our wrestling team finished their season with 3 wrestlers advancing to the District 8 tournament. Latinda Smith, PHS only girl wrestler, worked hard all day to come in 6th place in the district meet. Duran Mills also had a good season and wrestled that day to a 6th place finish in the district. Cletus Whaley participated in the match and finished 4th in the district. Congratulations to these wrestlers for a job well done. In order to show encouragement to our teams and our great PHS spirit, a pep rally was held on Friday, February 22nd. Pocomoke High School was the site for the first round of the girls' playoffs, which had our Lady Warriors hosting the Crisfield Crabbers. Crisfield came out on top, but we would like to congratulate our girls' team for its successful basketball season. The varsity boys basketball team finished the regular season with a victory over Stephen Decatur on February 12th, and on February 14th, Pocomoke beat rival Snow Hill with a sweet victory. The Warriors beat Washington High School in Pocomoke's first playoff game on February 26th. UMES was the site of an inter-county rivalry between our Warriors and Snow Hill Eagles on February 28th, with Pocomoke coming out on top in overtime and advancing to the last round of the playoffs. The final game of the playoffs pitted Pocomoke against Colonel Richardson on Saturday, March 2nd at UMES. Pocomoke cruised to an easy victory, beating Colonel Richardson handedly. Our Warriors will be heading across the Bay Bridge on Friday, March 8th to play in the State 1A semifinals. We will have a wrap-up of the state tournament results on our April show. And I'm Brent Hickman, reporting for Warriors Communications.
Ms. Butler packed up 49 people, including PHS students, parents, teachers, and PHS alumni, and headed on a 9-hour trip to Mount Snow, Vermont. Their reason? This year's ski trip, sponsored by SAD, Students Against Destructive Decisions. Even though there was a serious drought of snow, this fact did not deter our students from making the best of it.
I'm Bruce Hayes, and I went on a SAD ski trip. And I had a very good time with my friends.
Hi, I'm Senior Zach Beitzel, and I had a great time on the ski trip.
Here at PHS, we try always to make the best of a bad situation. This is one more example of how we do that. And I'm Elizabeth Acker reporting for Warriors Communications.
High school vacationers from all over flock to Ocean City for fun-filled weekends such as Senior Week. Oftentimes, these students are refused room rentals just because of their age.
There is some speculation over whether this is violating young people's rights, but the innkeepers say that these young people are hurting their business by destroying rooms, participating in underage drinking, and causing unnecessary damage and stress to the hotel owners. Young people are striking back, stating that this is a discrimination issue and not all young people are responsible for these acts. According to the January 28th issue of the Daily Times, the Maryland Commissioner of Human Rights has been investigating 22 Ocean City lodging establishments that have been accused of illegally refusing to rent rooms to young people. The current law requires that anyone 18 and older be permitted to rent a room. Ocean City businesses have taken a lot of heat on this issue, having to pay for fines and other legal actions. Hotel owners do have a point, however. They say young people are their worst tenants, with problems being at their peak in June as high school graduates flood Ocean City during Senior Week. Young people are either suddenly turned away or told to pay room deposits. Although it is easy to feel sympathy for these property owners, laws protecting citizens are paramount.
In this case, it is clear that a firm law is needed to satisfy both sides of this heated argument. Until then, don't be surprised to find young people with a backpack with no place to stay in Ocean City. And I'm Brian Bellis reporting for Warriors Communications.
That is the Lana's group over there. They do the TV station. They think that's the most important thing on earth. And that's the Persian Mafia. You can't hang with them unless you own a BMW. And there's Elton in the white vest and all the most popular boys in the school.
The entertainment business finds high profit margins in movies and television shows concerning teenagers. Are they portraying us in a light that's true to our lifestyles? Warriors Communications found out what is the real deal concerning teens in movies and television. The movies always have a few people who are characterized as the popular people. The mean cheerleader, the rich snob, the dumb jock are all examples of their individual characteristics. But do you think this is how it really is?
Thank you. For a minute there, I forgot why I avoided places like this and people like you.
Avoided us? Honey, look around you. To everyone here who matters, you're vapor. You're spam. A waste of perfectly good yearbook space. Nothing's gonna change.
Well, like I always say.
Tyrone Northam, a senior here at PHS, plays varsity basketball and he is the captain of the team. He is also on the honor roll and he is involved with many clubs and activities. Although he is athletic, he does not fit the dumb jock persona. Cheerleaders are often portrayed as ditzy and unintelligent in movies and television, but surprisingly, PHS's cheerleading squad is full of intelligent young ladies, such as Sweeta Desasia, who is a freshman cheerleader.
The girls on Pocomoke High School cheerleading squad are very talented and very smart, and I think the only reason that teen movies portray them as ditzy or stupid is because they're very cheery and that's their job to get the crowd motivated and pepped up.
Out Jeep Daddy got me? It's got four-wheel drive, dual side airbags, and a monster sound.
Teens are also commonly portrayed as reckless and dangerous on the road.
Boy, they came out of nowhere.
We also know that to not always be true. Teen drinking, sex, and meaningless relationships are showed with comedy and just to get a laugh.
Hey, I want you to have this.
I must have died and gone to heaven because I see an angel sitting right in front of me. Are you crying? Oh, no, baby, please. You are far too fine to look so sad.
But none of this seems to be at all like Pocomoke High School. Warriors Communications found that teens are unjustly portrayed by the media. We are much more intelligent than they make us out to be. Take the dumb jock stereotype. We found that our athletes have some of the highest GPAs in the school, nor are we as reckless and irresponsible as we are portrayed. Yet as long as people keep buying tickets to these unreal movies, Hollywood will continue making them. Hopefully we've dispelled some of these unfair teen labels, and I'm Matt Williams reporting for Warriors Communications.
Now that the YMCA is up and running, we wanted to let you know about some new programs and activities being offered for YMCA members. We spoke to Mary Chamberlain, athletic coordinator at the Lower Shore Family YMCA in Pocomoke.
Lots of stuff for all different ages here. We have our fitness room for ages 13 and above. Aerobics is offered for anyone 16 years of age and over. The swim lessons and swim team, we have all that in the pool. We also have aquatic exercise classes. As the athletic coordinator, my programs, we have drop-in soccer on Monday nights. We have drop-in field hockey on Thursday nights. We are in the process of doing a softball, baseball skills clinic right now before the season starts. Now that will certainly end when your high school season begins, but then we're going to continue it on for the kids that are going to play Little League. Doesn't have to be birthday party, but birthday or party rentals that you can use. You're available to use the gym or the pool, and then we have a room that can be set up for food or cake and ice cream and that kind of thing. Just call the Y for fees on that. It's based on the number of people that you're going to be bringing in and whether you're using the pool or not. We have an after-school program. The kids come here from the different schools in the area, or some of the schools, the programs are run on-site for parents that are working until the children can be picked up. We also have a days out program for kids when the schools are closed. We have kids that come in, and it's a program for them while their parents are at work. We also have Parents' Night Out. I believe that's run just about once a month, and the kids can come and play games and different activities while the parents kind of can have a chance to have some fun themselves. As far as our hopes for the long term down the road, we'd like to have an outdoor pool, an outdoor track, cabins out there for the camp kids. We have a pond out back. We'd like to have all kinds of kayaking, canoeing programs running. Lots and lots of hopes for the future.
As you can see, the YMCA is busy with all the new and exciting activities taking place. Come join the fun. And I'm Melissa Wingate reporting for the Pocomoke YMCA for Warriors Communications.
Old cars become hobby and project cars, and after much hard work, love, and attention, become classic cars and even show cars. People like classic cars for many different reasons. Some people like older cars because of nostalgia, their sporty looks, or some folks may just have a need for speed. In this report, we will try to find out what makes classic cars so appealing to many different generations. Mr. Mike Stone shared his Camaro collection with Warriors Communications. He has one 1969 Camaro and two 1968 models, with one being a Super Sport. I'm here with Mr. Choppy Layton. Mr. Layton, what type of classic cars do you have?
Well, this is a 1970 Corvette that you see behind us here. On a nice day like today, it's real nice with the top off. Has a 4-speed transmission, a 350 engine, and it scoots down the road pretty good. And I've had this car since it was new, so I've had this car for some 32 years. They started off in '55 with this style car, and as you can see, they had as a Continental kit on the back of the car. Well, in '55, it didn't have that Continental kit. That actually carries the spare tire. And they had that spare tire in the trunk, but the trunk was so small that they said, well, we need more room in the trunk, so they put the tire on the outside of the car. And that's why '56 came out with the tire on the rear of the car, like you see.
Why do you think classic cars appeal to people of all generations?
Well, probably when you're young, when you're 16, one of the most exciting things that happens in your life is to get your driver's license at that time, all right? So we all do special things. We have special times, fun times in automobiles, and so many of us rely on that automobile for a lot more than just transportation. It's a prestige thing with a lot of people. So we all remember certain songs, we remember certain automobiles, and automobiles are just a big part of everybody's life.
Thank you. And I'm Kara Burton reporting for Warriors Communications. Traditionally, a student's senior year schedule is very much like his or her schedule in 9th through 11th grade. However, one of the benefits of block scheduling is that students can finish up their course requirements in the first semester of their senior year and have the opportunity to be involved in real-life experiences outside the traditional classroom. We have two seniors who are doing just that. Linda Brittingham is doing a student internship in a first grade classroom at Pocomoke Elementary School. I'm here at Pocomoke Elementary School with first grade teacher Miss Burton. Miss Burton, how do you feel about having Linda here as a part of student intern?
I'm very happy to have Linda here at the elementary school. She's been a great help. She comes in the morning, she starts working with children, she helps to grade papers and homework, she pulls groups and helps them with reading and math and writing, and I'm very happy that she has come here to Pocomoke Elementary School, and the children love her.
I think it's very beneficial to me because I'm working with Miss Burton's first grade class. And I think it's beneficial because I wanted to see how teaching would be and how teaching small kids would be. That's what I want to do in the future. So I like it. It's very fun.
Heather Adkins is spending part of her school day at Warwick Community College, taking some college courses.
I'm Heather Atkins, and I'm a senior at Pocomoke High School. I opted to go to Warwick Community College because I wanted to get a head start on my radiology program. I would recommend going to Warwick Community College for the underclassmen because the selection of classes there may be more beneficial to the career choice.
According to these two seniors, life is good outside the walls of PHS, and they are gaining some valuable real-life experiences in the meantime. And I'm Kara Burton, reporting for Warriors Communications.
Prom 2002 is fast approaching. Let's see what's hot for this year.
I'm Amy Mills reporting for Warriors Communications.
Ms. Burton, how do you feel about having...
What kind of security? What kind of what?
May just have a need for speed. In this sport, we will try... Stop! You're shaking the paper.
Welcome to Darcy's Sport Shop in Parksley. We have Timberlands for everyone, every color. We got lugs, we got Nikes, we got Adidas, Reebok. Come on down, give us a try.
Darcy's also does custom uniforms, trophies, and school team orders. Darcy's is your one-stop shop for athletic footwear, apparel, and for all your sporting good needs.